Weihai is the best, these kids are the best, that Guangua is the best, and Kelly's the best. You came to the right place. Have so much fun.
There's lots of stairs here. We counted, I think it's like 210 stairs from the gate up to our apartment on the 4th floor. So there's a bit. So you'll get in shape for that. Again, you hang dry clothes here, so there's no dryers, there's just washers. And it's basically, to use your washer, you have to push it into the bathroom. Every time you use it, connect it to a little spigot, and then there's like an exit hose that shoots all the excess water like down the drain.
Your bathroom a little bit.
Yeah, so anyways, just kind of be aware that once you wash your clothes, you have to dry it, and it takes about a day-ish to dry depending on how warm the weather is. So just kind of be conscious that you're not gonna, like, stay on top of washing your clothes.
Plan out what you're gonna wear.
And you can paint your walls.
And you can paint your walls.
Yours truly right here did all this.
And if you have questions about anything, ask your head teachers. They can be really, really helpful, especially with the little questions, like if you're not sure how to work something in your room.
WeChat is really cool, has a lot of awesome features.
The DD app, there's a list of apps recommended on the LP
DIDI.
Facebook. Yeah, DD is awesome. It's like an Uber here in China, but a lot of times it ends up being cheaper and more convenient than a taxi. Because taxis can be hard to find sometimes, or you have to like walk a mile or whatever to find one.
I really like using Apple Maps if you have an iPhone. Really reliable whenever you're in the big cities. They have really detailed subway maps and bus route maps. Get Trip.com, the Trip.com app.
We had a lot of fun on our trips with Mobike, which is a bike rental app where you can download the app and then rent bikes and ride them around the street. We haven't really done that in Weihai, but as we've been traveling around in some of the bigger cities, that was really, really fun to do.
Yeah, it's a great alternative to riding the subway or taking the bus. You just scan and go and drop it wherever you want, and it's some nice little exercise that you don't usually get.
And some of the apps require you to have a Chinese bank account.
Yeah, Chinese bank account or phone number.
But Mobike does not. That's one that you have to put in $5, but
after that you have basically unlimited Mobike rides.
Yeah.
You're not gonna run through those $5. I think it's like 1 yuan or like 3 cents of a dollar per hour.
There's free food in the cafeteria every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that you can eat. Not all the times it's super great.
Appetizing.
But you can eat it. So if you're on a budget, you can absolutely, you're gonna have free food this entire time.
Try everything, even when you're in the cafeteria and something's really gross and looks like really weird. It's fun to just try it. Like, you don't have to eat all of it, but I think that's one of the biggest advices I can give to you is be willing to put yourself out there and to try whatever you can.
Really quick, have essentials in your fridge.
There's like 3 Jaja Yue's on the road. There's 2 small convenience store, kind of like smaller ones, and that's where I get a lot of my groceries. Like the super good milk stuff, if you guys find it, it's like walnut milk, super good. Like sausage, eggs, and bread stuff down at the small Jaja down the road. And then there's a big Jaja that you can get a bunch of other big items and a lot more variety. But around there's like food and stuff, and go get stuff like that.
In Weihai, I love the tea shop. It's down by the big Jaja, and you can get a really good passion fruit Oreo smoothie there. It sounds weird, but it's actually really good, so you have to get it.
I love this bakery. It's down by the big Jaja. You can get cream puffs, bring them home and freeze them. They're so good. You have to try it.
And so you can get food ordered to the school at the bottom of the gate. No one can enter the gate except students and us teachers. So any like food that you want to order, you can have ordered to the gate. Talk to really any of the restaurant owners here that like any local shops that you like. Lemburger is one of the ones that we've ordered a lot. It's just like a local chicken burger place.
Lemburger is our favorite place to eat.
So good.
You can buy a meal for just a little over $2 a meal, and it's amazing.
Drink lots of water.
Yes. They drink a lot of hot water here, and so it's any refilling station you'll find which are everywhere, are usually boiling water.
But that's awesome when you're traveling because they have those in the airports and on the trains, and you can use it to cook instant noodles.
Yeah, make sure before you get on the train, you bring your little instant noodle cup you can get for 5 yuan at the grocery store. And you got a nice meal while you're on that train to Beijing.
The kids are going to be very hard at first, but don't worry, you'll get better at teaching and they will learn to respect you more, so you'll end up loving them and it'll be fine.
The key points, and this is a special program only for here in Weihai, that we get a couple, like a sentence with a couple words that we work on every week, such as like, what is your favorite color? And that way the kids can work on it at home too, so the parents can also see that they're working on it and they're also learning more English phrases.
Yeah. So it's good to review those in your opening classes because they get it stuck in their brain. Soon in the semester you'll realize that the kids have got the rules down because you repeat it so frequently. So that's why key points are important to do every day during opening, along with the rules and the weather and the calendar, so that they can learn those and remember them.
Luckily, we have typed up all of the lesson plans throughout this whole semester, and they're going to be on a flash drive that Kelly will have.
I think that with second grade especially, the crafts can get boring because a lot of people search Pinterest and they're like, oh, a butterfly, a caterpillar, a rainbow. And second grade has seen these lessons a million times. So I think it's helpful to make crafts or bring lessons or objects that they would see in everyday life, like make a paper craft with a car or make a chef hat and talk about cooking, like things they would see in their lives. Also bring items from home like toothpaste or a toothbrush, things that they would use, and they'll have a lot more fun with that instead of just like butterflies and caterpillars and the same thing over and over again. They already know what tape is, they know what paper is, like challenge them a little bit more. That's all.
Be kind to your Chinese teacher. So each group has a Chinese teacher, a head teacher, and there's little assistant teachers. They're awesome. At first they seem really scary because they're so strict with the kids, but they really love the kids and they're super nice to you. If they speak English, talk English with them. They really are really nice people and want to get to know you.
Everyone is just all on the same team and really wants you to succeed. They want the kids to succeed. They just want you to be having a good time.
And try and work with your group. You all are teaching the same kids, so it's good if you guys are working together.
And then also teachers, they love these kids. You guys have all put in your time and your effort and your money to come here to do ILP, so don't waste your time. Also look at student profiles. That way you can look at the students' information for each class, each group. Then you can get to know their names and their faces quicker because you have those. It has tips for how to bring out good behavior, their English ability, their progress they've made throughout the semester, and their weaknesses, their strengths, and other tips for you.
This school is very involved. There's lots of activities and there's lots of opportunities to meet with the students and their families, and the best way to have a good time here is to be involved and volunteer and ask where you can help. You'll have a lot more fun and everyone will appreciate you a lot more if you're willing to be a team player.
And use the opportunities you have to spend time with the kids. Wave to them at lunch, wave to them when they're leaving. They have lots of classes you can go to with them. Find out when their recess time is and go outside and play with them. Just see as many opportunities as you can to interact with them while adhering to the rules of the school.
Once a week with the kids, we get to go up to the dormitories, which are like over this way a little bit. We just have a little bit of fun with the kids, but make sure you don't make the kids too crazy because it is their bedtime. They need their rest because they start at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
And they'll kick you out if they're bad.
One thing that you're going to have the opportunity to do here on the weekends and sometimes in the evenings is go on home visits where the parents of the students will invite you out. Sometimes you go with a big group of your students, sometimes you'll just be with one student. On those home visits you get to do really fun things. We've been able to do some really fun stuff on ours, like we did a really fun photo shoot once, we visited an island once, we've been to lots of really cool restaurants and tried lots of food. We've made dumplings
like a million times
and picked apples a million times.
We got to cook on like an outdoor wooden stove with a bunch of other kids and their parents.
Yeah, those are really fun experiences, and they also help create a really good bond between you and the student. We've noticed that after we go on home visits with the kids, they're a lot more attentive in class and a lot more affectionate towards you and a lot less shy in general. It's fun to take a little gift to the students when you go on the home visits. We liked to take just sometimes crayons or markers or a notebook or a little toy for them to have. And add the parents on WeChat. Make sure to send them fun photos and keep in contact with them because you can develop some really fun relationships that way.
It just put time into the kids. I don't know, honestly when I came here that wasn't really what I was expecting, but that's what has ended up making it a great experience. When I first got here, I sat in my room for honestly like the first straight month. I went out to teach and that was about it. Then I'd come back and just like sit in my room. And but the more time you put into the kids, the better your experience will be. Just because the love, like it's amazing what it'll do, how it can change your life.
I get to know you. Second thing would be go explore. My wife and I have taken tons of random buses and just seen where they go. Sometimes they don't really go anywhere and we get off in the middle of nowhere, but we've gotten to have so many fun experiences just because we got on a bus and it took us to a cool like Buddha temple or took us somewhere. And it's only 1 kwai or 2 kwai, which is like 1 yuan, 2 yuan, which is like 36 cents or 16 cents. So it's really cheap to take a bus and you'll get to know the city a lot more and be able to have more fun experiences.
Traveling is hard, a little bit harder that you're like so far northeastern compared to other places that have a lot more like ease of access to transportation. Just when you're getting on trains and stuff like that. And I think maybe on our second trip is when we figured it out. There's a Weihai North station and we're like 5 minutes like nearby that Weihai North station. If you get on the K5, it takes you straight there, super quick. And then there's a regular Weihai station, and that's like 45-minute drive.
Whoever you come out with, whether it's your spouse or a group of friends, get to know other people in the group. It will go a long way with traveling. It just makes the experience that much better.
And also just a little side thing is don't put tape on the classroom floors because it's hard to get off and it doesn't look good, and yeah, just don't do that.
A few like simple phrases like "dui" means yes, "mayo" means no, "buyao" means I don't want, and "shishie" means thank you, and "shishie ni" means no thank you.
Something that I wish I had known was just how different the culture is here with how they like run things. Coming here, I knew that China would be super different, but I just didn't know. I didn't think about how different it would make everything that we do here at the school. And so at first that was really hard for me to get used to, but now I'm used to it more, and I wish I had known that from the beginning, to just accept it.
Please listen to and support your head teachers. They are trying their best and their job is really hard and it's lonely frequently.
And lastly is Kelly. So Kelly is the best. You guys will meet her if you're coming out here. Kelly is very responsible, very organized. She will help you with almost anything you need. She's helped us so many times, whether it's buying movie tickets if you don't know how to buy because of the language barrier or whatever it is. But Kelly will tell you things that might be hard to hear at the time, but they will...
She's very straightforward.
Yes, very blunt. But those things, don't get offended by them. That's the biggest thing. Like, you just don't get offended, because those things are true almost all the time, and they will serve you throughout your entire life. There are lessons that, whether you're fresh out of high school coming out here, that you haven't learned yet, that she'll just tell you to your face. You don't have to waste a year trying to figure it out. But yeah, be nice to Kelly. She's awesome. She will love you. She has a lot of love to give. Make sure you are responsible too. She will respect you for that. If you're genuine by the way you act and the way you serve, then you're set.